Hi, it's Jeanette. I've been making altered their playing cards, and I'm just about to do a few more, and I thought I'll just turn the camera on and take you for the ride. So if you feel inclined to play along or watch me, do so. Otherwise, turn me off. But I watched a video from, now I can't remember her name, I've just subscribed to her channel, but the YouTube channel is called Attic Lane, and she had a few different things that she had there, and I went back in her posts and found altered playing cards, and this is the first time I've ever done them. It's something, I don't know, Mum used to always play cards with really old tatty cards, and I just felt that they weren't meant to be played around with or wrecked. So I've got over that today, and this was an old set of cards that we'd had at home. I don't know if the kids, and we used to play canasta and samba and what have you. So that's what we're using. So I've just put, this is what I've used, is the Claudine Helmuth Studio Gesso. It's just a white gesso, just to prime the front. And the first one I did, you can't really, you can probably just see a couple of little shadows through and a little bit here. This one you will see through. Now I'll just, bear with me, a bit of noise. I'll just do a couple and let these dry on their own. I'll pop them over there out of the way. Okay, so these two are dry. What I did next, Attic Lane, she'd left this back because she was doing a Scottish themed journal, and it had Scotsman and his kilt on the back, but these are really a little bit grungy, so I thought I'll pop them onto my tea-dyed paper, and that way I can journal on the back of them too. I also sewed around the outside, so I'll just put a little bit of glue just to hold it down. Like so. I'll do this one as well so that we can play with a couple. So, yeah. Just trying to see, I used my Distressed Oxide tea-dyed ink, and it did take quite a while to dry, so I was just looking to see if I had the ordinary tea-dyed, but I don't think I have. I might just use the Vintage Photo for these two, because that will dry fairly quickly. The oxides, because they're a bit thicker, they've got I don't know if it's chalk or, but they just take a lot longer to dry. They're not sort of see-through. You can actually stamp with them, and then you can or ink your page up with them and have it, you know, red. Then you can actually stamp on top of it again with a blue or a green, and it will show, whereas the Distress inks, they sort of blend in a bit together, and you can't really, once you've put the ink down, if you go to put another layer, is what I'm trying to think of, you can't layer, with the Distress inks, they sort of mix together and they go muddy, whereas the oxides don't. You can still see their true colour. Pretty sure I've got that right. Someone tell me if I haven't, I hope, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes. Okay, that was my understanding anyway. So what I did next, I just covered the back with the tea stain paper. Then I got this beautiful stamp. I got it from, it's the Parisian collection, Provincial Peony. It's a signature collection. I got it from Kazaz, but they're not continuing with this collection for some reason, so that's okay. I've got it and I'm happy to have it. So I'll just ink up the stamp. And I tend to ink the stamp and then put this, with this technique, ink up the stamp and then pop the card onto the stamp. So it's very subtle, but it's there. It did show up a little better. On the left is the oxide, and this one on the right here is the Distress ink. So I'll just do a little bit more on that one. Actually, I'll show you what the Distress ink does look like. You can see there. Okay, now that one will take a little while to dry because it's thicker. This one is pretty much dry, yep, straight away. I'll just clean that off. I just use baby wipes. I have got the Stampin' Up scrubber that I use at times. So then all I did was I got a piece of, this is old music paper, and I just wanted a piece of that to go across I should just lift that up. It's easier to just like that, and we'll just do a little bit of a rip across there. I think I went quiet, sorry. Then I'll just pop that down onto the playing card, like so. Then another little piece of music paper. We use just want a finished piece, and I will ink the edges of that like I did on this one. I didn't do this edge, but I did do the inside just to give it that little bit of a definition, and that probably is because those two papers are the same piece of music paper, whereas this is a different music paper. They're both vintage, but this one's a bit older. Okay, so then we just add a bit of glue. Just, oh, don't, that's too, yuck. I should have put it down first, shouldn't I? Oh well, there we go, you live and learn. This is live crafting, folks. Okay, so I want that treble clef to show, and I want that like that. Then I just trim off the excess, like so. Get rid of these little bits. And then I've just got my little book of stickers. What did I do last time? I did that one. I think that one might look nice. We'll use that. Now we'll see. The last one came off beautifully. And just because you want it to, it's not going to today. There we go. And you can just use ordinary cut-out flowers, but I had these there and I thought, well, we will just use some of these today. And it just gives it that little subtle little piece there. So now I'll just sew around the edge. Just bear with me again. And there it is. I've used very light cotton, and I might change the others. I've got a bit darker one which it'll show up a bit better, but I don't know, I do like the lighter for some reason. Then I just punched a hole in the corner. Doesn't matter which corner. And I've got some eyelets. Some of my eyelets I get from Kazaz. They've got the big We Are Memory Keeper ones, and then some like these. I've just gone on to eBay and got some. So I'm going to just pop that in there. Turn it around. I've got some little clips. The little safety pins that they haven't got the end to them. So then I've got a little packet here. A friend of mine sells crafty bits and pieces. I'll have to ask her whether I'll let you know her shop name. At the minute I can't remember, but because she lives here at Alfred, and I think she's in Geelong this weekend or this week for a craft fair over there. They travel around doing craft fairs, her and her husband. Okay. So there we go, and that just hangs off the side like that. You can, where's my other one? You can also, I've got the little bulb pins, which might even be better. I think they'll hang down nicely as well. Where's my little, put a little key on that one too, hey? So that just hangs on the side as well, so you can just tuck that in. Where's my trusty little journal? I'll have a look and see if I've got a pocket there that we can pop that in. There should be something here somewhere, you would think, wouldn't you? That's the writing section. Oh, I'm going to have to... Is that little... No, I haven't got a tuck spot there. Well, we're going to have to rectify that, aren't we? But anyway, you can, like, if a little tuck spot down the corner there, you could even use one of these as the tuck spot and just glue it on 3 sides. Am I in frame? Yes. And then tuck something behind. You can also attach it. Doing a lot of puffing and panting, aren't I? You could also attach it to the top of a page with a Tracy clip. Oops. Like that, which looks pretty good too. So either or. They're the little playing cards inspired by Attic Lane, which I think are rather cute. She didn't have the flowers on hers. I think she just put a little word. She's, like I said, she was doing the Scottish themed album, and she had like kilts and heather and all Scottish related locks and themed words that she cut out and used. So just a little bit of a quick tutorial while I was playing. So I'll get back to playing, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.